basketball. This week on USF basketball.
Rod Strickland makes the Wizards roll.
I think this guy is perhaps the most underrated player, certainly the most underrated point guard in the league.
NBA Rookie of the Year.
I wonder, energy-wise, though, dealing with Rod Strickland for 44 minutes, that could be difficult. Strickland behind the back. His jumper from the foul line is perfect.
10th all-time in assists.
Rod Strickland into the front court. Down low, Tracy Murray, and they're clicking as he dunks it home. And the Wizards move up 7 now.
19th pick in the NBA draft.
The Washington Wizards with a 30-26 lead. Strickland and Murray against Smith and Dampier.
17 years in the league.
On the baseline, cross-court to Donyell Marshall. Top of the key, had it knocked away by Strickland. No-look pass. It's a race between Tracy Murray and Dickie Simpkins. Murray behind the back and dunked it home.
What do those accomplishments all have in common with your Bulls? One name, Rod Strickland.
Low, Roddy, low. Sit down, low, ball below your knee.
We go one-on-one with this basketball legend and find out why he is a key component to the Bulls' future success.
Well, I think, first of all, I like toughness, especially, and I guess it depends, if you're talking about a point guard, I want to see somebody who's out there leading their team, someone who can score as well as get other guys involved in the game, how they interact with their teammates, because it's important for a point guard to have a personality where guys want to soldier with you. So I look for, in a PG, probably competitiveness, leadership, and, able to score the ball as well as dish it to others. And most positions, I'm looking for competitiveness. I want to see their fire, and, how hard they work, and then I like guys who know the game. You want basketball players, guys who you can just put out on the court and, no spacing, know the drive and kick, and that's willing to play together.
What is a great leader?
Oh, great job, Troy. Hey, what happened? Let's go.
We talk with the team and learn why Coach O fits this description.
Coach Orlando, he is a very great leader because he's very vocal in practice as well, and he gets things across very short and sweet, and he doesn't play around too much. I mean, he has a jokey spirit, but he's very strong on what he believes or what he wants us to do.
And talking, as you get yourself going, you talk to each other, you get out of your own mind, you get out of your own way, and you're helping each other get engaged. All right?
I think Coach is a great leader. He's has the ability to, what you see with him, there's no filter. It's all natural. He's not afraid to be who he is. I love his passion for life, the way he goes about it, the respect he treats people with. And, he doesn't allow his position to affect how he treats people. He's just like a regular guy.
We'll also take a look back at the Bulls in action.
Likes it, gets it out to Corey, ball fake, gets the defense moving, fires a three, and that's good, and the Bulls are up 9-2. Number 6 on the shot clock, stops on a dime. He's kind of trapped with it over to Nehemiah. Long range three, it's good to beat the shot clock. Tough angle, ball fake, off the window, miss, dunk down by DeWiel.
Don't go anywhere, more USF basketball when we return.
Strickland around the screen at the head of the key, all the way to the rim. David Ball.
Rod Strickland is a great example of how you can finish and score inside without dunking the ball.
When I came here, I didn't really know who Coach Strickland was. But then, probably the second day of my visit, I found out, and I was like, wow. So a guy who's played 17 years in the NBA has left everything just to came here, start with a new team, and being coached by a guy like him is just such a big thing for me. I never had a chance to coach with someone like him, and even I know he doesn't really coach my position. I I've worked with him sometimes, and I can really tell that he's a great coach, he was a great player, and that he's trying to teach us, no matter what position do you play, no matter who you are, he's going to treat you the same way and trying to get from you the best player you can be.
Ball is blocked by Dampier, but Rod Strickland tracks it down. Strickland in the lane again, his 10-footer is good.
I did not know who Coach Strickland was. Actually, once I first met him, I Googled him, and I actually watched the highlights of him play. And you would never think that this coach now used to play like that back then. It's crazy to think that.
Strickland on the inbound, got inside, laid it in.
For his height, he's one of the best finishers in the league.
I mean, as a little kid, you dream about being coached or playing in the NBA and coached by an NBA player that would play in the NBA.
Up against Calbert Chaney. They say Chaney's 6'7". Strickland right down the lane. Another
Finger rolled it in again.
acrobatic reverse layup, jumping off 2 feet, shooting it from the hip.
And I think it's just truly a blessing for me to come here and be able to pick Coach Strickland's mind, see what he's thinking on certain things of my game and how I can get better.
Back up, Roy.
I know he's been on that road. He's been where I want to go, and he's achieved that dream. So every day I'm in the gym getting shots with him. He's telling me what I need to do better, and I strategically listen to him, and everything he comes out of his mouth, I try and follow, so I can achieve my dream.
Front, left hand, with the foot. Push it all the way, with the foot. Push it back. Come on, Troy, quick, Troy. Coach Strickland is a huge piece to our staff. We've been able to work together now for over 6 years. Memphis, the Dominican national team, Kentucky, and he has a value that it's hard to describe. From his own playing experience, life experiences, to the way he communicates and he can relate to players, his teaching, and all those things are what make Rod Strickland such a special person as well as a coach.
Coach Strickland has a unique basketball perspective, wealth of knowledge and experience in the game. Being one of the great players in the NBA for so long, learning from some of the best coaches in the world, kind of gives him that hands-on experience that is really hard to teach, to be honest. And he's a great communicator with our players. Unbelievable amount of respect, knowledge of the game, and not only on the court but in recruiting, tremendous with the community in recruiting and the way he communicates and relates to people. And so just a home run to have him be around and watch him work. I get to learn a lot from him and how he teaches and how he shows the guards how to be able to have success on the floor. So it's been a thrill for me as an assistant and a colleague to learn from him as well.
Put it on the backboard. Put it on the other side of the backboard. That's short. That's slow.
It's easier to look up to a coach who has NBA experience than the one that doesn't, because I want to get there, and I talk to him about that, and he helps me, whatever I need help with. So it's easy to listen to someone who's been there, because that's where I'm trying to go. So I try to listen and be a sponge to whatever he tells me. Being at South Florida with Coach Strickland, you get that coaching from a person who played in the NBA for a long time, and excelled at it. Nowadays, you see some, that's starting to be like a thing now to give people who, played in the NBA on everybody's coaching staff. But Coach Strickland actually was very, very good at, in the NBA and in the college ranks. So, that's not many people can say they have that as a coach.
When I'm working out with a guard on our team, I always go back to the beginning, and I think it's just basic fundamentals. And I think a lot of times, as these kids grow in these day and times, the fundamentals are a little different now. It's not, they haven't been taught the exact science all the time. So I just try to give them that. You know, there's no like trick pony to this, you know what I mean? It's just getting guys in the gym and working on their weaknesses. You know, whether that's their left hand, whether it's ball handling, whether it's shooting, and it's repetition. So I think at the end of the day, it's just about getting them in the gym and working out. And then it's about having that kid who's really, really into working out and wants to be in the gym. And those are the guys who succeed and become great. But I just think, you know, like I said, it's not a trick pony. It's just about getting them in there, you know, getting back to the basics, whether it's footwork or whatever, and just working on it in repetition, because that's how you get better, just repetition.
Still to come on Bulls basketball.
The paint fires the pass, and Anthony Collins took it out of the hands of Marcus Kennedy. Lead pass to Corey Allen. The catch, tough angle, ball fake, off the window, miss. Dunk down by Jaleel Cousins. The big fella followed with authority.
USF Basketball Run With Us is brought to you by Florida Prepaid, Kane's Furniture, Tampa General Hospital, UPS, and USF Health. Don't go anywhere, more USF basketball when we return. For our highlights this week, we'll stay home in the Sundome. The Bulls and SMU. Chris Perry out again for the Bulls. A year to the day since USF beat SMU in the Sundome, and Nehemiah Murillo helped the Bulls get off to a great start. He was coming off a career-high 18 points, and he matched that in this game. Bo Ziegler with some nice work on the offensive boards, and that leads us to Corey Allen Jr.
Collects it, gets it out to Corey, ball fake, gets the defense moving, fires a three, and that's good, and the Bulls are up 9-2.
SMU came into this game with a 16-4 record, and they were opportunistic all night long. They had 12 fast break points and 18 points off USF turnovers. That helped them erase an early 9-2 USF lead. But every time the Bulls needed a hoop, Nehemiah Murillo was ready.
Allen with 6 on the shot clock, stops on a dime. He's kind of trapped with it. Over to Nehemiah's long range three. It's good to beat the shot clock.
SMU had a strong interior presence. Marcus Kennedy had 22 points for a new career high. But the Bulls had a star in the paint as well. Bo Ziegler with 6 points and 6 boards.
Bulls are 6 of 14 from the floor. Anthony Collins gets to the elbow. Triple team pass inside to Ziegler. Ball fake on a man in the air, and he got fouled. Bo Ziegler is really playing well.
SMU's depth hurt the Bulls. The Mustangs had 33 points off their bench, and they shot 48% in the first half. Even though the Bulls did a good job overall on guard Nick Moore, number 11, he did have 7 points, including a late first half three-pointer. The Bulls came back with a 3 from Nehemiah Murillo, but right before the buzzer, it was Marcus Kennedy once again. And the Mustangs went to the break, leading the Bulls by 7 in the Sundome. The second half begins, and the Bulls are still hustling.
Steps into a 3, line drive miss, battle for the rebound. Jaleel Cousins outfought everybody for it. Threw it back to Anthony Collins, finds Corey Allen Jr., loads up a 3, got it!
As the game wore on, Marcus Kennedy continued to be SMU's best weapon. He went 10 of 12 from the floor on the game. But while the Mustangs went inside, the Bulls went outside. Corey Allen Jr. hitting from long range to keep USF in the game.
Corey stops straight on. He's going to fire up another 3. Hit another 3!
SMU continued to run the floor well, forcing USF turnovers that led to easy breakaway baskets. But on this evening, the Bulls were able to respond from long range, hitting repeatedly from behind the arc, including this one from Nehemiah Murillo. Then the Bulls would get a lift off the bench from their big center.
Fires the pass, and Anthony Collins took it out of the hands of Marcus Kennedy. Lead pass to Corey Allen. The catch, tough angle, ball fake, off the window, miss. Dunk down by Jaleel Cousins. The big fella followed with authority.
In just 13 minutes of floor time, Cousins had 6 points and a team-high 10 rebounds in possibly his best ever game as a Bull. But down the stretch, Marcus Kennedy took over once again for the Mustangs. After scoring on the inside most of the night, he showed the ability to step back and hit a mid-range jumper. SMU goes on to the victory.
We were competing. We were men. We didn't let errors compound or disrupt our focus, and we just kept playing. We kept playing. I kept reminding them, look, we're gonna make mistakes. Just don't let one mistake compound and lead to 3 and 4 mistakes, because that's when then the game gets away from us. So if you wanna sulk or you wanna pout, wait till there's a timeout and you get in the huddle. Then you can stick your head and pout. Otherwise, get your tail back on defense.
Later in the game, we see that everybody's getting better. We're starting to, the things we needed to work on before, we're getting better at it, and it's showing in the game. We just got to put it all together and come out with a win.
Still to come on Bulls basketball.
There are things that we're not going to be able to control some nights. But effort, toughness, finishing off possessions, those are things we can control that we have to control. Okay? Much better job in the second half in terms of not turning the ball over. Okay? How about Jaleel's minutes? Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Big minutes. Big minutes. Big minutes. How about Dre's minutes in the first half?
Great leader means somebody that's consistent and fair. And I think that's the biggest thing of a leader is you have to be consistent on what you say and do, and you have to be fair across the board. You must treat your best player like your walk-on, the same way. And if you do that, you quickly get the trust of all your players. And to be successful, your players must trust you.
Don't go anywhere. More USF basketball when we return.
Floppy! Floppy! Just be high! Be high! Touch the elbow! Come on, come on! Good, good! Coming in! Coming in! Troy, Troy!
The ability to get someone to do something that they didn't think they could do.
I think a great leader is somebody who's willing to sacrifice for the sake of the team. You know, I think there's a lot of times you have guys who want to be the leaders but don't want to take any of the blame or, you know, don't want to deal with any of the consequences. And I think sometimes as the leader, you got to be wrong and you got to say you're wrong. And guys got to know that you're right on the same playing field with them.
Well, will we be tough enough? Will we be disciplined enough? And will we play for 40 minutes together? I'm not saying anything about making shots. Saying the things that we can control. Can we control the things that we can control to try to win the game? In a great leader, you see responsibility, you see ownership, you see sacrifice, you see service, you see a love for the people that you're around and being in tune with the needs, the present needs of your team or your teammates. When you see your team, your players, your student athletes succeed, it makes all the sacrifice and all the hard work worthwhile, because that's what we're here for.
For the latest on Bulls basketball, log in to gousfbulls.com. Follow Coach Antigua on Twitter at USFCoachO. Follow USF basketball on Twitter at USFMBB. This is Bulls basketball.